Hey everybody, it's me, Erin and Elyse. Welcome to another episode of Erin's Eats. I'm very excited about today's recipe. This is going to be mine and Adam's supper tonight. We're going to try to make oven-fried chicken nuggets. And the crowd went wild. Pippin's excited about it too. He's down at my feet. You can't see him. When I was growing up, Mama frequently made oven-fried chicken. Sometimes she would use the shake and bake from the box from the store. Other times she would concoct her own version of shake and bake. Most of the time she used like crushed up corn flakes and seasoning and whatnot. So I'm kind of going to go off of what she used to do, but I'm just going to do it in nugget form. I used to really like that when I was a kid. So I'm sure I'll like it today. Let's get started by putting on our aprons.
Do not walk away from me. Do not. You are not. You're doing it. Nick.
To make these nugs, you need to cut up some chicken. That's gross looking, I'm sorry, but cut up chicken into bite-sized pieces, like 1 to 2 inch pieces. When you make homemade or oven-fried whatevers, you basically need 2 things to dip your chicken in. A wet thing and your dry thing. This is, I think you call it a dredge. I don't know. You could either use a stick of melted butter, which is what I'm doing. You could whisk up a couple eggs. You could dip it in like milk or buttermilk, something like that. If maybe olive oil if you want to be healthier. Something to wet it. Your second mixture is going to be a dry mixture. So breadcrumbs, crushed up corn flakes, crushed up potato chips. I'm using breadcrumbs today that I'm going to season. So here's my melted butter in this bowl. I'm making about 3 chicken breasts worth of nugs. So I've cut it up. So that's what these measurements are pertaining to. I'm going to use a cup of breadcrumbs. I do not have the seasoned breadcrumbs, so I'm going to season it myself. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of flour to it. Maybe about a half a cup's worth. And then the seasoning is pretty customizable. You definitely, if you don't have seasoned breadcrumbs, you gotta put something in it, give it some flavor. I think I will use, some of this blend is kind of like Mrs. Dash, but it's the store brand. Some paprika, some salt, and some dried basil. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of each. Well, I'm going to do a teaspoon of everything but the basil. The basil I'm going to do a tablespoon. So whatever you want, just put it in your breadcrumb mixture. Ta-da! Look, seasonings and breadcrumbs. It's so fascinating. Mix it around. I'm going to use a fork. I'm going to smell of it to see if it smells flavorful. Once you have assembled your breadcrumb dry coating mixture, set it aside and prepare your pan in your oven. Preheat to 400 degrees. Lightly grease a baking sheet and prepare to start dipping. I'm going to assemble my dipping line. Here's the order of dipping. Get your chicken, dip it in your butter or egg, whatever your wet stuff is. Coat it very well in your dry stuff. Put it on the pan. Let's get to dipping, everybody. These are all my nugs. Aren't they precious? They smell delicious. I'm ready to start baking them. Put these in your 400 degree. Put these in your 400 degree oven. They need to bake for 20 minutes. I'm going to flip them halfway. So set a timer for like 10 minutes and then flip them over so they get crispy on both sides. If you have one of those like cookie racks that would like lift them up off the pan, you could just do it like that and then they'll get crispy all around. But I don't have one, so I'm just going to flip them. So In the oven they go. Boom. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. The nugs are ready. I also made us some potatoes and carrots, and then there's some green beans over there because it's supper time. We're gonna taste the nugs. I'm a little concerned. I'm afraid the texture is not gonna be what I want it to be. I struggled with them a bit. They stuck to the pan when I tried to turn them, but whatever, they're done. Let me show you what the pan looks like. Wow, look at all these chicken nuggets. They look good. I don't think they're gonna be as crispy as I want them to be. But hey, that's because I didn't fry them, and they're better for me. All right, taste tester, let's have a preview of our supper.
I'm hungry.
They smell good.
Which one should I eat? That's good. That's real good.
But
Maybe a tad bit too much salt or seasoning, just a tiny bit. I mean, it's good. It's not super overbearing, but I could have done with maybe a little less onion.
the Mrs. Dash type of,
I mean, it's good.
it's a little, the texture isn't quite right. When Mama would make it with corn flakes, it was like crispy good. And I think that's what I would prefer over breadcrumbs. This is too powdery.
Too powdery. I think that's what I was looking for. It's too powdery. It's
The
still
seasoning,
good.
I think the seasoning is good.
Really?
It tastes the way,
Maybe it's the texture. Maybe that's what's throwing me off.
the texture's a little off. I mean, we'll eat them. I'll eat them.
I'm gonna eat them.
I think you can freeze these too, and then just pop them in the oven for like a toaster oven or something for like 10 minutes, warm them back up.
Hey, for never having done it before, it's still good. I'm still gonna eat it.
I should just do what Mama does and use the cornflakes. Or saltines. Saltines make good crust too. But
Love you.
I had breadcrumbs. I love you too. I had breadcrumbs, so that's what I used. If you've ever made or successfully made oven fried chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, oven fried chicken, basically, comment in the underpants below what type of coating you use. Like I said, I think I should just stick with Mama's cornflake method. But if you've tried something that worked, I'd love to hear about it. As always, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Erin's Eats, and we will see you next Saturday, most likely, with another video. Bye!